Hey Sporty, how many minimalists does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Ange. How many?
None. They just sit in the dark and appreciate what they have.
Ba-boom! Wow. After 16 years of minimalism together, is that all you've got?
Hey, I'm a minimalist with my humor too. Quality over quantity, baby.
Speaking of quality over quantity, do you want to hear about the lessons we've learned from 16 years of living with less?
Stick around to find out. So we might sit in the dark sometimes, but our minimalist journey has been anything but dim.
That's right. We've been living with less all these years and somehow ending up with more. And no, that doesn't mean that we've been stockpiling candles.
Today, we're shedding light on our minimalist adventure, which, by the way, doesn't require much extra wattage. At some point, we're going to have to stop with the light bulb jokes.
Yeah.
We've distilled our experience into 5 illuminating lessons that are sure to brighten your perspective on what's possible with living this lifestyle.
Whether you're a minimalism guru or a curious newcomer, or whether you declutter your junk drawer once a year, you'll want to stay tuned. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Sporty, this is Ange.
Welcome to Mostly Mindful, where we encourage Gen Xers and beyond to live simply and age with intention.
And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back and please stay.
Our first lesson is emotional resilience. By letting go of your attachment to material things, you learn to go inside yourself and find your happiness there. And I mean, I know this is, as an 80s kid who placed so much importance on all her stuff, I was very much like, if my outer world was good, then I was happy. And if it wasn't, then I wasn't happy. And I mean, the way we are now, if things go wrong, sometimes maybe it's like, oh, okay, but we bounce back so quickly now because we've trained ourselves to be responsible for our own happiness and feelings.
So inadvertently living with less really teaches us to be deeply happy and not tied to our identities to live a fulfilling life.
Yeah, exactly. We're just happy most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless there's no coffee in the house.
Yeah, no.
No, then...
Now we're happy. The art of saying no. This is a great one, especially for me. Minimalism often requires us to say no to certain gifts or opportunities because they don't align with our values. And this has been really great for me because I was a serious yes person. And obviously to the detriment of me and my family. So yeah, since learning this lesson from living with less, I've been able to set boundaries and really find happiness in that honesty. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's we people pleasers, the majority of us. So you
Yes.
want to say yes, but it's just not feasible. We don't have the time or the bandwidth, and often you don't want to do the thing, but you just don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
So learning how to say no in a nice way is super helpful, and that was our lesson from minimalism, which is one of many that we absolutely didn't expect.
Exactly.
As we've let go of things, we've also developed a deeper understanding of the impermanent nature of life and how things are constantly changing.
Living a slower life really puts you in the moment and gives you the opportunity to look around you and notice the transience of life.
We've been very deep this morning.
Very deep.
But I mean, you know, jokes aside, it does help to notice that life is impermanent and that the stuff that we acquire and accumulate doesn't have the value that we often put on it.
Yeah, ebbs and flows of life. One of our viewers once said that a coffin doesn't have shelves. So you won't be taking any of this stuff with you. So this is a pretty good one. We've got some great examples. We're calling it enhanced creativity. And the idea behind this lesson is with fewer resources, you're forced to think more creatively in every aspect of your life. One of the cool examples is our mason jar coffee technique, which is, we actually did a video, 2 videos on it, which we'll link to. Yeah.
So that one is fun, just showing you like thinking outside the box instead of buying a fancy coffee machine, what you can do at home to still make nice coffee. What was one of our other examples?
Ange has a fantastic technique. We call it the use up everything game.
Yeah,
I'll let you explain.
Well, it's just you don't go shopping for more groceries until you've used up everything. So the fridge has to be empty. I still have to really apply it to our groceries as well, but often, I mean, the way we eat sometimes changes seasonally, so there are things in there that take a bit longer, but...
Yeah, so at the moment we focus on finishing all the fresh produce before we buy more.
Yeah, I cannot, if the fridge isn't empty, I can't bring myself to go shopping.
Makes for very interesting last few meals, by the way.
And most of them delicious.
Exactly.
Because you're out of that buying cycle where you're just used to always, when you want something, you just go and buy it. When you break that habit, that's where things like the mason jar coffee and the use up everything game come from.
Yeah. And then the gift giving, we've spoken about this quite extensively as well.
So we've changed our approach to gift giving. So in the past, maybe we would have bought somebody something like a tsatska or a vase or whatever the case is, and not be 100% sure that they would have liked it. So instead, now what we do is we buy something that doesn't add physical clutter, number one, and number two, can also make a difference. So our favorite things are to adopt a turkey, adopt a donkey,
plant a tree.
Yeah, all in the recipient's name.
Yeah.
So, some of them are really over the moon. Others, the idea maybe it's fallen flat a couple of times, but whatever.
At least it did some good. So the last lesson on our list and probably the most important one is that we've learned that success is not tied to physical things. As a young person, I was very driven by my career, and my big plan was to build a massive business and be the boss of everyone.
And drive a fancy car.
Yes.
Yeah, and my idea of success was also attached to stuff. But nowadays, I mean, if you look at our lives, we don't look at all successful by traditional, conventional standards. I mean, we've got very few clothes, we don't have furniture, and we're about to sell our car and start taking the bus again.
Yeah, no, that doesn't look like success at all.
No.
But our lives are rich beyond measure in many other ways. We've had the space and opportunity to become better people.
Yeah, we have. It's given us the opportunity to try different lifestyle experiments.
Yes, we've been able to give more time to the relationships in our life.
We've also had experiences that we probably wouldn't have had we not adopted this lifestyle. And we've amassed so many amazing memories and stories because of it.
Yeah, that's true. And we're also physically and mentally stronger than we've ever been, which is flippin' amazing for being in our 60s.
Almost 60s, don't rush it.
Almost 60s. And we're building a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
No?
that's how we see success now, that we feel successful.
Yes.
Even though we're sitting on the floor. And sleeping on camping mattresses.
16-year-old clothes. Anywho.
Minimalism isn't just about decluttering or saving money. It's about cultivating a deeper sense of purpose, resilience, and joy in our lives.
Absolutely. So if there's one thing we'd like you to take away from the story, it's this. The true power of minimalism does not lie in what you remove, but what it allows you to discover within yourself. I love that.
Yeah, that really is what minimalism is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a means to a beginning, not a means to an end.
And that's every single day.
Super deep, hey? For
Super
a weekday morning.
Woo.
Anyway,
Okay. So those are our 5 top lessons that we've learned over the 16 years.
If you've made it this far, well done and thank you. Stick around a bit longer because there'll be bloopers for sure.
For sure.
And then otherwise, if we can ask you to do the usual, subscribe, like, share with your friends.
Notification bell. You know what to do.
All that good stuff. It helps us get in front of more like-minded people just like you. Until next time, bye. Those are a lot of words so early. Oh, good, because we probably weren't looking at the donkey that we... So we know it's recording. I'm waffling, yes.
Waffle mode.
I stopped because I thought maybe you want to turn, but I can carry on. Pajamas!